Billy was trying to steal one on the call, but didn't work. Good try, Bill.
Again, you see a sloppy pass. I'm sure the conditions causing a lot of this.
Very much so. And what's happening in Washington, got the goal from the right side, the first goal, and what they're doing, they're exploiting a little bit of the Fury attack because Colin McCourty's playing very close to Peter Osgood and Pat Burns playing on the right side. So that left wing is open and consequently giving the right defender of the Washington team to go into the attack.
Straub to Alan Ball. Here's Brooks Kreider. For Pat Byrne, he puts it back to Alan Ball. To Straub. He lost it, but it comes in the middle of the field, in the box still. Kreider was way up. There's a foul on the play. Looked like an elbow on Osgood. So it will be Washington ball. 11 minutes to go in the first half.
You take away those two key mistakes, and the game should be 0-0 or possibly 1-0 for Philadelphia, where Colin McCurdy missed that layup off a shot on goal by O'Leary.
Waldron puts it back to McCray with Bobby Stokes and Ken Mokajoa breathing down his neck.
I still think Fury will come back. I think we're going to see a lot more of Tony Glavin in this game. He's young and he can run, and this is the kind of weather where he can outrun the old professionals from England.
Johnny Giles, an old professional from Ireland. To Alan Ball, an old professional from England, to Tony Glavin. Glavin still fighting. Graydon comes all the way back. It's a good two-way player coming all the way back. Still alive. Osgood for Giles. O'Leary now. Straub gets it back to Waldron. To Kreider. Kreider looking for Osgood. Osgood trying to go in the air. It went off the head of Mihailovic.
That's a corner kick.
And it will be a corner kick for Philadelphia. Alan Ball going over there to take it.
That's good pressure on the part of the Fury, and they need to sustain this type of pressure, particularly in the second half when they come out.
Comes an in-swinger. Byrne trying to go up. It's off a Washington player. A shot by Glavin. Irwin is there.
That was well taken by Tony. Not enough pace on it, but at least the direction was right, and if he had caught one of the corners, he might have been lucky to get one. Let's have a look on the board here. Here's Tony taking a half volley kick. Ball bounces, and he catches it with his instep and just doesn't put enough pace on it, and Irvin is able to recover it.
Mokajoa, almost a breakaway, shot it high and wide. Very dangerous player, Ken Mokajoa. Goal kick Philadelphia, 8:50 left to go in the first half. It's 2-0 Washington. Johnny Giles on the throw-in for Philadelphia. Johnny, 37 years old, player-coach of the Irish national team.
He can still do it, Pete. He did a fantastic job in his last encounter with Franz Beckenbauer in New York, so he proved himself worthy and still does a good job.
It's over the line, so it will be Washington ball. Tommy O'Hara throwing it in, throws it back to keeper Bill Irwin. To Mike Dillon. This is Zani Mihailovic. And Jim Steele. Washington taking its time. Looking for a through ball, Mokajoa. Oh, a back pass. Waldron is there, and he gets it to McCray. Nice attempt by Mokajoa.
This is the flair that he has with him in his game. He has the ability to flick balls with his heel, inside, outside foot, and he's got exceptional speed, and that's why he's such a dynamic player and an exciting player.
Glavin fouled there by Vateskic, and it's Philadelphia ball. Pierce O'Leary trying to send it into the box. A little long for McCurdy, a little short for Osgood. And Washington comes out with the ball. There's a heel flick.
Washington comes out very well with the ball. Their clearances are to their own teammates. They recover the ball and then they keep the ball, so they try to take the ball out of the air out of the ball, especially with a 2-0 lead.
Washington in no hurry to push the ball up. They're just perhaps trying to lull the Fury and then get a break. Hitting. Takes the shot, and it's high and wide. It will be a goal kick, Philadelphia, with 5:20 left to go in the first half. Washington leads it 2-0.
Rachel Heredia.
Still a player down on the field, and now we have a substitution.
I believe it's Brooks Kreider who's injured, and he's coming in. He's going out, and Kevin Murphy's coming in. He's a national youth team player, representing the United States in some international matches, and played the last time with the United States in Monaco. So this is a good test for him. He's a young high school player. He was all New Jersey, and let's see what he does against Ken Mokojoa.
It's a tough task. McRae to Waldron, back to McRae. Weekdays at 3, all the nostalgia of the 50s returns with America's favorite family, The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, right here on Channel 17. Glavin now. Straub. Good sliding tackle there as he almost lost the ball, and Straub does well to maintain control. Giles now. Pat Byrne. Osgood looking for Giles, but it's knocked out now. Mokojoa has it to Graydon.
In the course of that substitution, they've put Billy Straub on the right side marking Mokojoa, and they've put Kevin Murphy in the middle playing as a stopper in front of Colin Waldron. And that's his position, so I think he'll be at home playing there.
Straub there. Pat Byrne on a chest trap. And he knocks it back to McRae. 4 minutes left to go in the first half. The Fury down 2-0. They had a chance early in the second minute of the game, but Colin McCurdy fanned on a shot from about 6 yards out, I think it was, Walt, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you can't fault him on that. Again, because of the conditions, the ball skidded right by his foot, and he was surprised to see it there, first of all, and then when it did arrive, it moved so quickly, so he had no chance to get any leather on it.
There's Murphy, touching the ball for the first time in the game. And someone's down for the Fury. McCurdy.
McCurdy got whacked. He got whacked by Steele. Steele has that ability to intimidate people from behind, and just caught McCurdy a little bit, and he's limping.
We got the word that Brooks Kreider had an ankle injury, and that's why he was taken out of the game.
He's had that ankle. It's been chronic the entire year, so in these types of conditions, you can re-injure it very easily, so it's unfortunate. A bad break for Brooks.
Osgood to Ball, to Giles. Giles is wide on the far side, to Glavin. Glavin trying to dribble.
That's a good call.
Foul on Washington, so it will be Fury ball.
Mark Antonio got called for holding, and there will be a direct free kick.
As we mentioned earlier, you can score on this kick without the ball touching anyone. Just straight from the kick. But they go wide. Straub setting it up. It's high for McCurdy, but it's still alive. Looks like it's in the corner. O'Leary sends it back in. Osgood goes right into Irwin. It's kicked out. And there's a foul on the play as Osgood hit Irwin. Then Steele kicked it out, but it will be Washington ball. First good attack for the Fury in a while. Osgood getting physical. I think he's been frustrated, of course, with only one goal this season. And he has been showing quite a temper lately in the last few games. Pushing the ball up on the right-hand side now. With just over a minute to go. Waldron back there as Graydon was behind the defense. McRae to Alan Ball. Glavin. Murphy and Straub, and now here comes Pat Byrne, but Tommy O'Hara's there. He tries to get it back to Irwin, and McCurdy is there to do a little talking to Bill, but he wasn't quick enough to pick off the back pass and put it past Bill. Marcantonio. Now Steele to O'Hara. Here's O'Leary. Half a minute to go in the first half. Alan Ball now for Osgood at the 35-yard line. For Glavin, but it's taken away. That's O'Hara. Stokes up in the air against Murphy. Ball recovers it. There's the end of the first half, and the score is Washington 2, the Fury